right. It's just kind of a fun thing to do. All right, so as they're going, take a look. You know, just make sure that there's no surprises on your channel map. Okay. Have you guys decided on microphones? So while they're setting up, you know, what are you going to put where? What are you going to use? You've got the sub kick, you know, the sub lined up for the kick. Are you going to use only the sub, or are you going to go with a mic on the beater side as well? Entirely up to you.
You kind of just wrote sub.
You just wrote sub? Okay, go with sub. You know, and then you can decide later if you need to, or see track-wise where you're at. Go ahead and start laying that out. What are you guys going to use for the phone?
What kind of microphone?
Yeah. Here's your stuff right here. You've got RE20s. You've got 4 of those.
I
You
know
got
we said
58s.
the crashes are overheads.
What's that?
We're going to use overhead microphones for the crashes.
What do you want to use? You want to use the 414s, or do you want to use these guys, the CS1000?
Yes, I don't want to be in all this.
Okay, well, you guys tell me. These are awesome at low frequency, and they handle incredibly high dBSPL, so they handle very high sound pressure levels. So they're a good choice for what? Tom mics are, that's an excellent choice for Tom. Okay, and you got 4 of them, so you got some room to play with. All right. Okay, cool. What are you going to use for the snare? You want to use one on the snare and 3 on the toms?
Or, because we're doing 2 for the snare, so we could use 1 accent for the 8s.
Okay. And an RE20. Okay.
Well, the sub is the sub.
Right. Total of 14 channels. So how many drum channels do you have so far?
1, 2, 3.
Alright, good. Looks good. What number is this one? The first one.
Okay. Number 1 is the beater or the sub? Okay. So what number are you making the beater? Because those are 2 different ones.
You probably should squeeze it as 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then just
Where you put it?
I'll move it over.
You're gonna move it over.
Yeah.
Then everybody shift to the right.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, we're taking out the talkback, right? Yeah, we just put it with other talkback.
okay. You're right. Because if everybody's channel
On
map
11.
is saying something different, put that what in 11?
Talk back to 11 and 12.
Okay, so you're only going to use 1 talk back.
Which one did we take back? 11 or 12?
Take out 12.
Take out 12. Make 12 your beater. All right, so that's at the other range. So you'll have a sub.
Which ones
and a
are these
beater.
for?
And in between all this other stuff.
They literally are.
Okay. Remember what we said about overheads, right? What cuts through the air really, really, really well? High frequency.
Yeah.
So what can you give some distance to? High frequency. So these guys can be high up. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, I kicked somebody's board.
They don't
Yeah,
have to be right
give
on.
yourself room above for your overheads, because otherwise it's going to be a world of cymbals, and that's all you'll hear.
Right.
The crash and the ride are easily hearable from up there.
Right.
You want to
Last one we were
control
missing. We don't have
what
the
you're
ride
doing
on here.
with the hi-hat, so that's where you're going to
We
get a
don't have
little
the
bit
ride
tighter,
cymbal on
because
this.
that's where
We
we're
only have
interested in
the-
what he's
Well,
playing.
the bottom and the top on the
That's
hi-hat,
true.
right? The top.
That's what we did when Chuck was here. What did you guys decide last week? You doing
Right.
you
Top,
hi-hat
bottom?
from both sides, top and bottom?
I think we just.
Snare, I think it said top and bottom.
No.
Oh yeah, top and bottom. Yeah, we
Okay,
have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just top.
I got a
All right.
small
Just
right
top.
here.
Again, I'm not judging.
We're doing
I'm
just
just
top?
asking.
We're doing just
lower or
top.
higher?
It's all
For the
about
snare, we have
making it
top
We
make
had
and
the
sense.
top bottom, right? Top
Yeah.
bottom, right? Yeah.
Lower?
And for the hi hat, we only have one mic
yeah,
onto it.
put this down a little bit.
This?
So hi-hat, you had 1. Okay, use your short stands for short runs down below. That works good.
What am I missing, guys? I put one short one over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good.
One on top.
Should you do the? You'd probably use that for the snare, right?
Sure. You doing snare top and bottom, or just snare top?
Bottom, right?
Shock mount stuff, huh?
That's a snare there.
This is for the other overhead, right?
Okay.
Should I put it on that side?
Yeah. So just pull that other clip off.
The shorter one, not the longer one.
Those are the only ones that you'll see me sweating and being a little nervous about are my 414. So please be gentle and
This,
guard them with your lives.
So maybe like,
There's some
yeah,
big
I thought it would be
units.
his width.
Oh, no, that one.
Right, get that clip, the clip on there secured really well before you go to mount the mic.
Six, seven, eight,
that.
nine.
Okay, so you got 9. So you're gonna have to have a mic, you're gonna have to have an input
That
channel
is
for his
like the
guitar.
microphone itself.
So there's 10, so you got an extra 4 channels to play around with.
We put,
Plus, you're gonna do 1 talkback, right?
yeah, we actually put 2 talkbacks.
Okay, do you need two
No,
talkbacks?
okay, just one.
Probably
talkback.
not.
Just one talkback.
Right,
Probably
if you
put a
position it, and again, remember, what is the talkback for? It's really it's convenience for you guys to hear them talking. So that mic you would just turn on and crank it up when you need to communicate with them. When you're done communicating with them, you turn it off.
We need 2 monitoring, right? Like separate things.
Well, they're going to be in the same chamber. So what's important? Drums will win because he's sitting right here. What's important for both of them to have in their headphones?
Talkback. To hear themselves while they go.
What instrument is he playing?
Guitar.
And he has no amplifier.
Yeah.
So that is the critical headphone mix instrument. The drums, you guys can decide whether or not here's what I would do. Since they're both in the same room, put guitar in the cans. Don't run any drums through it at first. And then let them tell you and say, you know what, put a little drums in the headphone mix. It sounds weird to us. Because typically what happens, even with the headphones on, even with headphones that have a lot of noise reflection, you're still going to hear those drums. You're still going to hear them being in the same room. So what you're going to do is you're going to set up a mic channel for his guitar. You'll just plug in direct and XLR to your channel, and then set up your mics. Remember, don't be shy about microphone diaphragm placement. Meaning, don't leave yourself a whole lot of room. You know, if you want to get a tom sound, get in there. You know, as long as it's out of his path, he's not going to whale it with the stick. You're good to go. Okay. The tighter sound you get, the cleaner it's going to be, and the more separation you'll get overall. The looser you are, the more ambient sound, and the more mixes of sounds you're going to let through. Okay, so think about that as you're making your microphone position choices. All right. Grab your mics, grab some stands. Looks like he's well on the way to having a microphone, a drum set rather set up. All right. You got 414s. I don't know what you want. You can use either 414s for overheads, or you can use CS 1000 for overheads, or you can use 58 for overheads.
Since we're taking out a talkback, would you want to throw this on the kick too? You said yes, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
I remember last time we had it like in front of like where the sub was.
We did.
What was the point? We could have it back here too.
Right, but that's an excellent question. Let's answer Cam's question. What is the point?
You can get the higher end of the kick.
Ah, there you go. So what we're looking for the higher end of the kick, or the actual beater sound on the skin. So possibly go around the other way.
Think about it. EQ. Like,
It's
this
going
is
to
all
give you
high
a different
frequency,
resonance.
just
Because
all
remember,
really
the sub is, it's not doing what that microphone is doing. It's doing maybe a third of what that's doing. It's only picking up those lows. So you're going to get all that low end resonance. But if you want a little bit of that high end or mid range punch, that's when you use the mic. 2 mics, right?
Yeah.
So now you're actually doing 3 mics. Do you need 3 overheads?
No.
Okay. It's really a matter of, you actually really don't. It's really a matter of balancing these guys for a stereo left-right. Yes, in theory, you know, the ride is much lower or a good foot below.
So get this one.
But guaranteed this guy's going to
didn't
cut.
have the ride
It's
on.
really just a matter of positioning it over the top. Because that will cut through just as well as the crashes, and you don't want to lower it down so that those overdrive everything. So it's really just a matter of positioning.
Move that and just put it down.
Okay.
I. Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you neither. We can't hear the guitar. All right, we can hear it now.